I'm Carol. I'm a registered nurse. I work in a hospital. I'd like everybody to take a nice deep breath with me. That was oxygen. We take it for granted. We use it continuously. And so what I'm going to talk to you today about is oxygen saturation. How important it is, what it is, the symptoms if you have too high or too low oxygen value, and the 3 devices that are non-invasive that are used to evaluate and measure this value. All right, so what is oxygen saturation? That is our hemoglobin. Oxygen attaches it to it. It flows from the heart to all our tissues, and then it brings carbon dioxide back to our lungs and is expelled. So the Mayo Clinic states that the normal range for oxygen saturation is 95 to 100%. Mid-guidance states that if your saturation is below 90%, that's considered low, you're desaturating, you need to get oxygen on the person. And some of the symptoms that occur with low oxygenation is extreme fatigue, weakness, headache, mental confusion. So if you have those feelings and you know something's wrong, you need to go and get something done. Another symptom is if you get too much oxygen, which you can't do just normal everyday breathing. It's when you're in the hospital and you're having trouble and they put oxygen on you and say you should be on 1 liter, but they put you on 4, or you're getting too much oxygen. And so you can have symptoms from that. It doesn't happen immediately. It's if it's continuous, if long period of time, this can occur. You can have retinal detachment, lung collapse. You can also have mental confusion with that, and seizures. So it's important that your saturation is taken often. And if it's 100% on 4 liters, then they need to titrate the oxygen level down, say like to 2, and then wait a little bit and recheck it. And if you're still there, you can gradually taking off the oxygen. You'll be breathing fine on your own. So it's just as important to have, if not have it too high as low. So now that we've learned about what it is, what the normal values are, and what symptoms can occur if you've got high or low oxygen saturation, we're going to learn about the 3 devices that are non-invasive that are used to measure this value. The first one is one that's used in hospitals. It's called a Dynamap. It's on wheels, about 4 feet high. It rolls from room to room easily. And besides oxygen saturation, it takes a person's temperature, blood pressure, heart rate, and so it's all in one package. Then the next device that's used, we only have 2 of these in our facility, is the handheld pulse ox. And this is probably, you've seen this maybe in your doctor's office or a smaller version of it. And it's the same idea, except this only does the oxygen saturation, but it also does the heart rate. And so they're both, all of them are really good. Today I'm going to demonstrate the little over-the-counter handheld one that you can buy. I got mine at Walmart. The reason I bought it is we only have 2 of the handheld. I can keep this in my pocket, pull out, take the person's oxygen saturation, and know right immediately what it is. So it's a nice little quick thing. If it's low, I need to hurry up and get the oxygen on. And if it's at 100%, then I know they're doing great on room air. So how this works is you turn it on, and you have to make sure that the person does not wear any fingernail polish, because it will block the sensor light that emits from it. So you can see the sensor light in there. Well, let's see. There. Okay, so usually we put it on an index finger, but other fingers will work just as long as it's a nice snug fit. And as you can see, it's working. And in a minute, it's going to give you my oxygen saturation. My oxygen saturation is 95%, which I'm right at the borderline between normal values, but I'm happy with that. And my heart rate is 78. So that was quick, a few seconds, and I know what the person's oxygen saturation is, and if I need to put oxygen on them or need to titrate their oxygen down. It's just quick and easy, but it's a vital sign of their health status. So today we have learned a lot. So let's take another nice deep breath and appreciate the oxygen that we breathe, because it is so important, it's so vital for our lives. So what we learned about today was what oxygen saturation is, how important it is. The normal range is 95 to 100%. The low range is below 90%. The symptoms that can occur if you have low oxygenation or high oxygen, and the 3 non-invasive devices that are used to measure this value. And so next time you go into a doctor's office, you're in the hospital, and they come at you with this new machine, you're going to know what it is. You're going to say, oh, I know what that's for. And you're going to pay attention, and you're going to look and see what your oxygen saturation value is. And you're going to say, yay, it's good, or hey, I think I need some oxygen, or hey, can you recheck this? Or so you'll feel more confident knowing what's going on and more in charge of your health status. And so I hope this was informative, and that next time you're in a doctor's office, you'll think of me and say, hey, I know what that is. Thank you.